Jason Bermas kicking off the second hour. I want to wish everybody out there a happy holiday. Yes, it's Christmas in only 5 days. Who would have thunk it? Now, discussing the Council on Foreign Relations, who they are, there's a large segment of my upcoming film, Invisible Empire, A New World Order Defined, that deals with the organization. But why do you deal with that organization, Jason? Well, I deal with that organization because it was set up in the failure of the League of Nations after World War I. The same people that had promoted that went ahead and made their own private organization, which openly was about establishing global governance, and has been ever since. And they put out a publication called Foreign Affairs. And if you look at the roster, it is the who's who of government, politics, business, and intelligence. I mean, the who's who. People like Cronkite, Bush, Obama speaks there, Joey B., our gangster vice president, and many, many others. So you got the latest Foreign Affairs, John. What does it have to say? Yes, sir. Did we drop him? You there, John? Okay, go ahead. John? I don't know what happened there. I was looking forward to his phone call. He's gone? He's not there? You are on the line, John? Maybe he's just totally cut off. All right, John, call back. If you want to talk about that Foreign Affairs article, I'd love to discuss it with you, but we're going to go on to our next caller, 888-201-2244. That's 888-201-2244 or 512-646-1776. Let's go to David in Arkansas. David, you're on the line.
Bermas, nice to talk to you, bro. Love your films. You've done some really good work.
Okay.
I heard your caller a little while ago talking about Brewster's Millions, and I had a little point kind of related to that I wanted to make, since somebody brought that absolutely hysterical movie up. Yeah, it could have a lot of fun blowing $30 million, but it took him a minute, and he almost didn't do it.
Yeah, he has to spend like the last dollar at the last minute, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you take this $23.7 trillion that none of us have anything at all to show for. That's a lot of money. I don't think most people really grasp how much money that is. If you to break that down, you go back to 0 AD, you'd have to spend more than what Brewster did in a month every single day to come up with that number. No, but
remember that.
That's
let's just stop for a second, because that's a number from now 4 or 5 months ago. That number is probably outrageously higher at this point, David.
Yeah, and that's why we don't have the number, because they don't want us to know just how bad it's gotten. And there's a whole bunch of other things you could throw in there. So nobody can do more than $30 million a day. In order to get it down to something manageable, most of us couldn't even manage this, $2,000 a day. You've got to go all the way back to the extinction of the dinosaurs. Every single day for 65 million years, $2,000 a day. That is just offensive.
It is.
They're getting bolder and bolder with this, and people are getting angry. I'm running into people all over the place that are starting to wake up all on their own. It's great. What you guys are doing is fantastic. We've got to do more citizen media. We've got to get this information out to everybody.
Absolutely.
And we can't get complacent when we start getting these big victories, because once they start showing vulnerability, we've really got to go after them. We've got to put this down forever, because if we don't eliminate this kind of stuff entirely, it's just going to come back.
Well, David, what their masters are doing, too, which is incredible to me, but what their masters are doing is, even when they get a setback like ClimateGate, they act like it doesn't exist. They go ahead with their Copenhagen conference and know they can't get everybody to sign on to this huge global government takeover bill that I have in my hands right now. They can't get everybody to sign on it, but they get some sort of an agreement down. They do have their march towards a new world order. So no matter how many great victories we have not had the greatest victory of all, which is restoring the Constitution and Bill of Rights to this country and having actual civil servants again, a government for and by the people. So until we're able to do that, we got a long way to go, brother. We're going to come back, take your phone calls, and go over much, much, much more, including the British Army getting new Chinese uniforms. Isn't that lovely? China to make new uniforms for Britain's military. It's the InfoWar with Jason Bermas, PrisonPlanet.tv, Infowars.com.